All right, let's pick up this afternoon and we're going to take a quick look at this Pioneer tape deck. This is model CT-720, and to be quite honest with you, this really should have been a full-length repair video, but this was kind of dropped in my lap last minute. This comes from my friend's shop, and he had somebody drop off a couple of tape decks there, and this was one of them. That person said, "You can do whatever you want with them, I don't want them anymore." And so we got to looking at this model on eBay, and it does appear to have a pretty good resale value, so I decided I would take it this weekend and do the repair on it. Didn't really prepare for a full video or a video at all, to be quite honest with you, and so time-wise it just wasn't in the cards for me to film this one, but I did want to share this tape deck with you a little bit. There isn't anything really that special about it. Looking at it from the front, it is an auto reverse tape deck, which is not an appealing feature for me, but I know it is for a lot of you. But other than that, it doesn't look like anything special. It looks like just a basic tape deck, but there is something kind of unique about it, and so I want to show you that, and then we're going to set this up and do a quick record and playback test on it. Coming right in the front here, we're taking a look at the take-up and supply reel assemblies, and those have motor windings right in behind them because they're both direct drive. Both the supply and take-up reel are direct drive. They're not driven off of a belt from the capstan. And with that being mentioned, the capstan motor itself is direct drive. Of course, just the forward direction. The reverse direction has a belt on it, and it's driven off of the forward capstan. Trying to get a look down in there and see if we can see it spinning. There we go. We can see it moving down in there. And so when I got this tape deck, I was the first person to ever open it up. It's had a pretty easy life, it looks like. The cabinet is in really good shape. All of the buttons and knobs are present. Everything looks real good. But when I found it, the capstan belt, the one that runs from the forward direct drive capstan over to the reverse capstan, was gooed up and wrapped around the forward pulley. And so from that point, I had to clean all of that up and get it replaced. And once I got it replaced, I went ahead and stuck the assembly back in here. And of course, in order to get that belt and change it, you're gonna have to take the whole thing apart and get it out completely out of the cabinet where you can work on it. But once I got the belt changed and got it put back together, did all the normal lubrication and things like that you would do when you have one of these apart. I didn't have any capstan motor rotation. It wasn't moving at all. So I pulled up the service manual, and I did find my VCC line here coming into the motor drive board, and that was fine. But what wasn't fine was the ground connection on this board. I just happened to notice as I was kind of pulling on the board a little bit, the capstan took off and started working on me. So at first I thought I had a loose connection, so I checked over that board, didn't really see anything, and then noticed that the IC on this board, and again, this is going to be kind of tough to see here. We're in a tight area. There's a motor control IC on that board for the capstans, or for the capstan motor, and that IC has grounded tabs coming out of each side of it, and those are screwed onto a metal plate that's also on that board, which apparently supplies the ground. I haven't looked up the specs on that IC or a data sheet on that IC, but I assume it's for the ground. It could be maybe for the drive line, I'm not sure. But either way, both of those screws were loose, and tightening them up resolved my issue with the capstan not rotating correctly. Also, once I got that problem fixed, I noticed that I had a slight timing issue. And so I had to take it back apart a third time, removing both of these boards. And once you take these two boards off, you can get the capstans and pull them directly out of the chassis. And underneath those, you'll find two black cam gears, and one for the forward, one for the reverse. And what happened is there is a long spring. It's not under a lot of tension, but just enough to hold that gear in place. It had popped out of the little plastic retention tab on the gear itself, and so the spring wasn't holding the gear, holding tension on the gear. So all I had to do was put that back and then get the whole thing put back together, and finally got it restored and got it working. Very clean tape deck on the inside. The way you see it is the way that I found it. Didn't need to blow this out with the compressor. Very little, if any, dust on the inside of this thing. Looks very, very nice. Meters are nice, bright. There's no issues there as far as the display tube is concerned. Very, very nice tape deck. Very simply stated and quite unique. So I'm definitely going to be doing a little research to see if they happen to have made one of these that's not auto reverse, because that might be something I would be interested in as far as purchasing one of these. So let me go ahead, I'll set you up in the tripod and we'll do a quick record and playback test on this, and you can check out the record quality. So give me a second for that and we'll pick back up. All right, I got you routed over to the mixer, and we're driving in a signal from the CD player on my bench. And let's check this thing out. We'll reset the counter here. Go ahead and kick it into record. And let's start this up here.
Another day stuck here in the same old bind. I can see myself as much too strong to let this thing go on so long. It ain't a case of right or wrong. I put myself back up where I belong. Can't you see I've had enough? Had enough. Can't you see I've had enough? Had enough. Baby, I've had enough.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and cut it off right there, and then we'll back it up and play it and see what it sounds like.
Ain't like any other day. Finally comes the time to decide. I won't spend another day stuck here in the same old bind. I can see myself as much too strong to let this thing go on so long. It ain't a case of right or wrong. I put myself back up where I belong.
Well, I don't know what you think, but it sounds pretty good to me. Makes a very nice recording. Of course, the recording is just one direction, forward. It does not record in the reverse direction, but that's okay. Still, all in all, for 1981, it is a very, very nice tape deck. Makes really nice recordings. And again, I can't speak highly enough about how attractive the direct drive reel motors are. And so I'm going to be doing a little research to see if they happen to have made one of these that's not auto reverse. Might be something I might want to seek out for myself, for sure. If I run across one of these, we will definitely do a video on it. I'm sure it will have probably the same problem that this one had, with the capstan motor belt being bad. But took 25 years to see another one, maybe 30. So I'm not sure that I got that much time left, but if I do see another one of these, or if I buy one for myself, we'll break it down and do a video on it. So as always, thank you guys very much. I appreciate you checking out this little mini video, and we'll be back with another full-length video pretty soon here. But thanks again for all you guys, new people that signed up for the channel, and hope you found something interesting to watch. And if you need anything, questions or otherwise, don't hesitate to reach out. Send me an email. I'll be happy to answer that. I don't always get back to them right away, but I try to get back to all of them eventually. So again, thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. And I'll catch you on the next video.